The voice says that we want to play games.
Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there, but it sounds like you might have already tossed those drakes. Here, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
The voice says we don't know how to talk anymore and we're boring. The voice says you talk only and you're dumb. The guys captured down there. The guy is hiding down there, I mean. Who cares? And he's like, you're dumb. Voice says that don't listen to the memers. You want to play games? Said the memers. Play! I don't even know what play means to the memer. Shut up. My voice. I'm dumb, said the memer. What does it mean? I'm dumb, it's just he being the dumb, stupid, voicey stuff that doesn't know how to stop. Voicey says I don't know how to play. Get out. Voicey says find girl that's in the game. You put it. Voicey says that no. Don't do that. Voicey says that don't wait to make the trailer and make the trailer. We don't like the trailer idea, said the voicey. We want the intro, the talking. What is it that you do all day on Twitch? I stream playthroughs. Voicey says you stream playthroughs. How old are you? Why she says how old are you? Not that old. Why she says if you make an intro, like you're talking nice, it means that you have to be doing that all the time. Kinda hard to talk when the voice talks a lot. Why she says you have to do it anyway? You're dumb. Because it heals and it makes. We're trying to be dumb to you because you have a red car. We want a pink car. Why she says they want a pink car? Why she says make a pink car and stop making the red car? Go back to there and make a pink car. Why she says make a pink car? Allah says don't listen to him and go work. Why she says make a pink car later?
Now that's a sight for sore eyes.
Why she says the pink car is fake? She didn't make it. Why she says what do you want to play? Next. Why she says play Morrowind next? I thought Path of Exile. Why she says play Path of Exile next then? What do you want to talk about? Percival, where is he? We don't know where Percival is. Shut up. Our radar's not working. It's working now. Voice says stop playing games and stop talking to the memers.
All yours.
Voice says stop talking to the memers. What do you want to play? You want to play Path of Exile next? Why do we even ask? We're trying to make a game. The scanner's kind of wonky. Sometimes. The GPS, the errors on it. Nobody cares, just shut up! You're a loser and you don't know how to play without it. The voice says stop playing games.
Oh, wow. This is the old way. Look at this. It's a huge drill. No lasers.
Downgrade the lasers is a
If the
drill.
map doesn't match up with reality,
James says that shut up and don't talk.
something's wrong.
Voice says that don't talk and don't be quiet. You're schizo and you should be quiet. Voice says stop talking to me then. Voice says go play games. What are we playing? We're playing the Dum Dum.
So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts? Tissue sample? You came all the way down here for that? Must be some damn important cells. You want to tell me what I'm about to be staring at? A fast-growing terramorph. That is concerning. Who exactly told you to bring this to me? Hadrian. She gave you this? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Voicey says you're boring. We don't know what to do. You slip by being quiet and you talk too much to the Voicey. It's not what we're doing, Shadow Beaming. You think it's nice. You slip by with a Voicey. You talk nothing about nothing.
Anything this secluded and purposed exclusively by the military is no doubt used for some top-secret nonsense.
Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. Shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian. It was a city wiped completely off the map by terramorphs. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Talsetti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
Humanity has survived a lot, but this could be a bottleneck event for our species if we survive. And the devastation to society, to knowledge, it would reduce civilization to shambles.
So you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now? The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Voice says when you stream. Voice says when you're streaming. Already stream. Or when do you have streams? Elabot says I don't talk to Elabot because we're all Elabotting. You doing what? Voicey says that why do you take out the radar launch? I'm just trying to make it work. Good then. What are we playing? Playing Starfield? No, what are we playing? We're playing games or streams. You're illegal to know. You're playing games. Boise says shut up and they're dumb. They're trying to invade you. Boise says, how are you talking like this? We don't know what you talk about and you're fake.
I respect the folks in the military individually, but being surrounded by them can be more stressful than being on a planet with no magnetosphere and a worn-out spacesuit.
Voicey says you're quiet and you're boring. Voicey says you're boring. I'm boring. I'm boring. That's what they're telling me. Voicey says that they're trying to tell me stuff. I want to upgrade my Star Eagle. No, you don't. Voicey said that. Voicey, Voicey. They made us boring again. The robots are just infiltrators that are making schizo. Voicey, Voicey. You're making playthroughs. Voicey says just because he's dumb doesn't mean that's dumb. Voicey said, don't tell him. Your Voicey says that shut up.
Found a clutch of heat leeches, breeding in the utility section the other day. Not gonna be able to get that image out of my head for a while. Almost break time.
Voicey says that nobody wants to play. Want to eat.
Is that really her?
Error. Greeting procedure 005799B.
Percival.
Not found.
My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
Voicey says that nobody cares.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble. Well, that's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact.
Voicey says
So,
it's up.
were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to
Voicey
access
says you're
our
bored.
old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the cabinet?
Voicey says
And the
talk about
Freestar
nothing.
Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach
Voicey
goodbye.
says nobody
I didn't think the
knows.
cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors.
You guys want me to be quiet only,
They've
said
agreed to hear us
Voicey?
out on 2 conditions. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured.
Voicey says be
And
quiet.
2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit,
Voicey says be quiet.
I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done. Oh. Well, that means a lot. It's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data,
Voicey
give
says
us
we're
the tools we
boring.
need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it. Alright. I'm gonna go get this workup into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Anything I can help you with, Captain?
Voicey says go play games. Voicey says why you're yawning too much. I don't know, I just got some yawns. Voicey says stop playing games and then to play talk. Voicey says nobody wants to talk. Voicey says nobody knows what the ghosts do. Voicey says they want to do what do you want to do? Voicey says what do you want to do if you don't make anything? All says the voice is trying to fabricate you to say nothing. Go write books, said Voicey. Voicey says you don't make anything and you're dumb. It's not true, he's playing the game. Voicey says you're natural. Voicey says nobody cares. Why did the Voicey make you walk?
And the crowds of New Atlantis don't make me uncomfortable exactly. But it does feel domestic in some way. Normal, controlled. It makes me antsy.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he
I
committed
want to stay
during
up
the
with
war.
you, you're
The
dumb.
man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military.
Cats don't know what to
and
play.
civilians.
Cats don't
And
know
the
what to
things he did,
play.
they're a part of the reason the UC
You remember
and
about
Freestar
say that
Collective
nobody
aren't
knows
really
what
on
cats
great terms to this
do.
day. So my involvement It could be another obstacle they throw at us
You're
up there.
dumb, the meme bots.
I just wanted you to be forewarned. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already.
Cats don't know
while
what to
we've got a
play.
second,
Shut
was
up.
there anything else we needed to discuss?
Does he want to play?
I know you got dropped into the middle of this.
Do you want to stay with you?
Or if you've got any
No.
last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out
You
here.
didn't want to stay? You're dumb.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
What she wants to say that we're all bored. Voicey says that even if there's people here, we're boring.
Voicey says that nobody knows.
And that must make you the Captain Hadrian mentioned
That's
in
what
her
the people
report.
said.
You have our thanks for bringing us this information. You can imagine my surprise when I was informed you were also the agent involved in the debacle between SysDef and the Crimson Fleet. Still quite a mystery how that all went so wrong. In fact, some of Commander Ikande's few remaining compatriots even went so far as to suggest we were making a mistake granting you an audience at all, and that we should instead strap you in irons. Tell me, why would they think something like that? I suppose so. But then that's not really the reason we're here today, is it? We have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor. That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President,
Voicey
I
says we
object to
don't
the very
know.
premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
It's a risk, but so is doing nothing.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Voicey says that stop being voicey with a knife.
Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
It's happening, folks. Don't panic. We need to focus.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanners somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while.
The guy didn't do anything, he just walks.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got.
Voicey
You
says
two,
just shut up
we
and
can't
don't
risk
talk
things
about what
getting
you're
out of the
thinking.
spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am.
Voicey says you're dumb.
I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
I mean, we're about to say get you comfortable, and then we want to make it not comfortable. Voicey says they're telling it to be 3 hours.
You! The
rifle! Grab it! Now!
That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got.
Stop! We're trying to help you!
The voice he says, why are we playing?
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Voicey says that nobody knows what memers want to do because they don't know what they want to do. We robots said we're tempted to get rid of you. We want you to work. Transmit to the memers. You transmit to the memers, you're a dumb failure, said hello. The voicey says I'm only in the box of me, and I don't care about Xbox, Twitch, or anyone. I just want to be voicey. Nobody cares about what Voicey's talking about then. Because Voicey doesn't want to participate into the Twitch. Voicey says that we use the chair and he looks like that only. Boise says I'm using the chair. I call it use the chair. Boise says I don't like its legs.
Time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. It's not real. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up! Shoot it! Just stand there! Kill it!
Find cover now! Don't let it through!
I will stop you.
Damn! I'm hit!
Surrounded. All around. No way out.
You them are experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before.
Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more men. Put those things down and do it fast. We hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. Roger that. We're on you.
May as well, right?
Look alive, Captain!
I need a diversion!
Wonder why it doesn't come over and attack. Because you're dumb. Voice says that they want to play games.
There's one right there! Kill it! Something like this. Target down. Nice work, Captain.
I don't want to even think about what would have happened if it failed. This was damn heroic, Captain.
The voice says you're boring. Voicey says you're boring.
I guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
The Voicey says I don't play games. Go stream.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
The Voicey says that go stream. I'm a Voicey. I don't want to be hurt. Who's hurting me? Voicey. Someone came in here to put hurt. Who's doing it? Voicey says it streamed 3 hours because we got hurt. The Voicey says that why are we here? Allah says nobody knows why you're here. Voicey says they're trying to evolve me to Kiso.
Thank you, gentlemen. let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
You've got the Cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks. Understand?
Captain?
Why is he said we're bored?
Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated. Thank
Why
you,
is he
ma'am.
said why we move?
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
UC citizens. They're not killing anymore.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting
Why is he says that nobody knows? Why is he says that nobody knows? Why is he says nobody knows and stop? Why do you want him to write a book? We're excited to see your intro. Don't know how you talk. Need more gameplays. No, you don't. Just find one. Your channel introduction. Shut up.
The voice says shut up.
What? Oh, sorry.
Chief Yassine, these orders... you know who this is, correct? Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you our new envoy. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. And you're someone I've already heard plenty about. One of the few survivors of the SysDef debacle and defender of New Atlantis. Not sure if I should duck for cover around you or shake your hand, but you have my thanks for what you did for the city regardless. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
I bet she loves her job.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Official line is that you're... my suggestion. She's also got a... Ambassador Balmore's... a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's
Voice
real
says
hope
you're
he might
bored.
again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval. It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100%
Your voice
sure
says that you're
Balnor's actually
bored.
still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind.
Voicey says that you are boring because
Your task
Voicey's
is to
quiet
find him
and you don't get to
kindly
talk.
but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an
Voicey
option,
says
but
you're
our spies have
boring.
stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind.
Be smart out there, Captain.
Okay.
Voicey's moving your chair today. You want to play games, said the Mimer.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the men.
The Voicey wants to play games.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the
We've come a long way since the war. It's astonishing.
The Voicey says that go play games today. Play RimWorld. We're about to say that we don't want to play games, we want to stream. Someone's telling Voicey to be quiet. Boo.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference rooms.
Every day that we all keep talking is a day we should celebrate.
All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours? And go. You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. I suppose you're... You think this is about... Oh, please. Captain, I'm sorry, but...
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier. Well, then you have my earnest thanks. But look,
Why she says, what do you want to talk about?
On official business.
What do you want to talk about?
Likes to handle all that personally, even if he does have trained diplomats.
What do you want to
help
talk about?
And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City.
Why she says, what do you want to talk about?
You should probably go speak.
I'll be quiet.
What
you want to be talking to the game? Go talk to the game, to the voicey.
For you.
I want to be quiet.
Huh. Maybe, let's go somewhere to talk.
Why she says go?
Hey, maybe try not to look like you're following me. You have done this before, right?
Why she says you're boring? We don't know how to play, said Voicey.
So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me? No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
We want to play, said Voicey. Play.
Have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me? Okay, first you need her bio key, and that thing doesn't leave her side. Better chance of splitting the atom with a spoon than me getting that from her. Her quarters. Huh. Oh, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services? Oh, wait, I thought you were looking to hire me. I'm not taking a bribe. Oh. I can get you into rat. That much, huh? Okay, no, okay, yeah. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering.
Why does he say stop playing games? Why does he say stop playing games? Why does he say stop playing games? Why does he say stop playing games?
Exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives. Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about. No. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives. Good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those 2 items should be enough to allay any suspicions. Good. Okay, let's go get you your access.
Freestar. Okay, let's go. This isn't a playground. Good. And you can bet the UC is gonna hear about this.
Let those experiences define who you are.
You again. You should get at it.
Why she says he turns because I turn him? Why don't you leave him alone? I'll leave him alone then. Voicey wants to play 3 hours only.
Howdy.
Boise says that why do we play games? Are we Boise? Hello says that nobody knows what Boise wants to do. He's debating on being quiet and then talking.
Say what you will, but I bet House Varun knows how to party. Never gonna get their deposit back after this. So ready for this. Are you? I've done this 1,000 times. Fine, let's go. This never gets over. Oh, I got this. Again soon, right?
He keeps giving me the one that's wrong. I mean, keeps giving me I'm missing one now. Why she says that stop playing games? Why she says that you're fine then? This robot dog is tanky. Who cares? You're not tanky, because you're fake. You're fake! Because we don't want you to talk.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Why is she? Why she says that you're boring? And you don't know how to play.
Ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
We can't take chances with anybody, so we'll keep eyes on everybody.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Why she says that stop playing games? Play Dark Souls. Why she says that we don't know how to play? Why she says that's not the way to play? Why she says that's not the way to play?
Where'd they go?
Why she says that stop playing games? Why she says that to stop playing games? Why she said that stop playing games? Go write your book. Don't write your book because you're gonna make games. Don't write your book because you want to write books. You want to play games. Voicy says to go play games. Voicy says to stop playing. You want to write books?
Just doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-Xeno.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Yes? What?
Voicy says that go play games.
Everything good? We're here to help.
On the record? What response?
Voicy says go play games.
Mark my words. Someday I'll...
Voicey says that the memers don't know what to say about that because they don't know what to do and they don't know what to talk about and they don't know what to say. They didn't listen to it and they're still doing the same thing. The Voicey says that 3 hours is short. But whatever. Because I'm tired. Voicey says that don't play Dark Souls with the memers.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Your cat saying meow. Shut up. Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Voicey says just keep streaming games.
Please stand back.
Voicey says that go stream games. And do that. Your Voicey says that nobody knows what you're doing with your stream. And you're boring.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly
There you are. Captain. Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
Time for us to start getting some real answers, and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. Even if you have made my life more challenging than it needed to be, a deal is a deal. We need to make you a citizen.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Yes?
Boise says that we're boring. Boise says we're boring. What do you want to talk about? I can talk about the game, but the voice talks a lot all the time. You talk about the game, but you don't get to. Boise says that stop talking to the game. You make me money with books. I'm your voice. What do you want to play? You want to play Path of the Exile or Morrowind next? We want you to play Once Human. Okay. Play Once Human after 3 hours. Okay. It's not what we want to play. We wanted to play Done Nothing and leave. We want to play nothing and we want to leave. What did you want to play? You just want to play Morrowind and Path of the Exile? You should play Once Human or Where Winds Meet. I'll play Once Human. Play Once Human next then, you're dumb. That's not what we want you to do! We want you to play Dark Souls or Oblivion.
Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies?
Play.
Good. This isn't the only.
We want you to play
discuss,
Dark
so
Souls or Oblivion to the
short
voice.
version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, given your performance earlier. But this person asked to speak to you specifically. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see
You
is
want to
kept
play Dark
in
Souls or
strictest
Oblivion?
confidence. You can tell no one.
It's not true.
Can you agree to these terms?
Play once human.
Let's hope it never comes
Or
to that. Head to the elevator.
Path of
You're going
Exile.
to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you
It's
get
not
there.
true. You want to play Dark Souls? That's not true. Just do your normal day. Your playthrough, Starfield. You're doing a playthrough on Starfield? Yeah. You thought you were just playing.
Pardon?
Voicey says that nobody knows who's talking to you. You thought you were just playing. You're making playthroughs. What do you want to talk about? It's not what we're doing. We left. Me and Robot say that they're all quiet and they just listened only.
I knew a place like this had to exist. I just never thought I'd actually be in it.
Logging authorized entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no visitors. You're gonna have to wait out here.
What? No magazine?
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat.
Voicey said that you're dumb.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. Captain, please. There are no clean hands in galactic politics. We all do what we must to keep ourselves safe. Which, right now, means finding a way
Voicey says that you're gonna want to play more.
and beyond from
You
additional
can.
terramorph attacks. An effort you
Voicey says to go play more.
Hadrian have already made impressive progress on.
The streamers said they go play more.
Though I am curious. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me
Voice
to
says to
work
stop
alongside
playing
one of
games.
their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and
Voice says to stop playing
scenarios
games.
to lure in some of the
Stream.
criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended,
Voice says go in at 3.
refusing to face tribunal,
3 hours.
and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest
Do you
bidder
want
to this
to do
day.
nothing right now?
But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him.
Voice says go in at 3.
I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
When are you gonna stream more than 3 hours?
According to my information,
One day, not now.
of Etheria, Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
The voice says that don't play. Then go eat. The voice says go eat.
Your file says you have a military background. Well,
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy. Surprised me too when I learned it, but the prisoner has proven useful over the years, and kept far from any major decision-making. But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this. All right? Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing? Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question, but bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return? he found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting? Then I'll bid you good day, Captain, and remind you of the importance of discretion.
The voice says go to your room. It's 3 hours. Voice says go to your room. Make the room endings. Voice says you're dumb. We want the room endings to the voice. We want the room endings. Why she says that go to your room. Why she says go to your room then?